I'm Sergeant Daniel Carroll with the Georgia Department of Public Safety. I'm part of the Legislative Security Detail, but I've had the privilege to be with these documents for the past 5 years every time that they come out for Georgia Archives or Georgia Day. This is Georgia's official copy of the Declaration of Independence. This document is what established Georgia as a state. The Declaration of Independence, of course, was signed in 1776 Continental Congress. Georgia had 3 representatives at the Continental Congress. One was Button Gwinnett, the second was Lyman Hall, and the other is George Walton. Of course, each of them now have counties named after them, and we have other documentation, etc., here in the Capitol about the personal biographies of these gentlemen and what they meant to our Georgia history. This document was later reproduced, just a regular reproduction much like we would see today. But it was signed by John Hancock, the president of the Continental Congress, and he ordered that each of these copies, each of the 13 colonies, to enter this into their official record to make it an official document. There's really no backing out at this point because this is considered high treason to the crown. It was punishable by death upon the spot, possession of this document. And of course these men were being hunted also because of their participation in the Continental Congress and trying to remove the colonies from British control and create the Union. So this document, the original, was signed. It was sent by horseback courier, of course, to Georgia. It took approximately 2 months for the courier to be able to locate the scribe at the time, which was basically who we would call the Secretary of State nowadays. So anyway, once he received it in March 1777, he entered it into the official record of Georgia, and that's what we have here. When you look at the document, you see that the print, the handwriting is immaculate. He made absolutely no mistakes, and he only had one opportunity to do this. He also did this under great duress because possession of this document, as we previously stated, was punishable by death upon the spot. So he entered this into record, and this became Georgia's official copy of the Declaration of Independence, and we've had it in our possession since 1777. It's currently stored in the Georgia Department of Archives. It's in Morrow, Georgia. It stays in a high-security vault in an environmentally controlled area, and it only comes out for public viewing once a year.
My name is Brian Wilson. I'm a reference archivist with the State Archives in Morrow. And this document here is the 1732 Royal Charter, which was sent over with Oglethorpe at the bequest of King George II to establish the colony of Georgia, which was named for him. At the time when Oglethorpe landed, there was no city of Savannah in which to record this charter, so they actually stopped in Charleston first. This copy was what was recorded into the colonial record in Charleston, South Carolina. The original is in England at the Public Records Office. So this was kept in Charleston until they built the new State Archives building in 1965, when the state of South Carolina gave the birth document back to its sister colony of Georgia. So that's why we have this in the State Archives today, where it's kept in the high security vault.
Georgia has a great history, and this is an opportunity to be reminded of that. General Oglethorpe made great sacrifices to create this 13th colony that is now the state of Georgia. I am very proud of my Salzburger heritage that came over 275 years ago. They were on a ship that was a two-ship convoy. They were on one ship, and General Oglethorpe and John Wesley were on the other one. So we have a great history here in our state, and I am proud that I have a history that goes back along with that as well.